Good morning and welcome back to the My Crypto Journey live stream here for Coffee and Crypto Baby. And as you can tell, I am terribly sick. I don't know what kind of cold mutant strain of the cough this is, but it's kicking my ass, baby. But we're still here. Let's get it. And as you can see, first of all, clickety clack that like button, push us up in the old algorithm before we even get started. It's so good to see all of you guys in the chat being chatty. Shout out to today's sponsors, Volt Inu. Links to all their socials is in the description down below. And these guys, absolutely insane, pumping like crazy. So congrats if you made some money, baby. And of course, we can see some big red bubbles in the cryptocurrency market today. Oh my goodness. We are starting to tumble again. And I think it has to do with how deep this SBF and FTX rabbit hole goes. And we're going to get to that in a little bit because it's very political. In my opinion. And then once you're presented the evidence, you will see exactly what I'm talking about and why you should be looking at this a little sideways. And another crypto lending platform is going under, and that's Genesis. They did halt their withdrawals. So very, very interesting. It says they may be exposed to FTX after saying they weren't exposed to FTX. So shout out to Genesis. The other question is going to be, well, Trump decided to run in 2024. He is going to run, Donald Trump. What is his opinion on crypto? Is he pro crypto? Which is very important to me. Is Donald Trump pro crypto? Okay. And the last story of the day, actually, sorry, there's another big story. But another story is Kwon. Is he innocent through all this? Is SBF and FTX the reason why Terraform Labs and Terra Luna went under? Was it because FTX was shorting Terra Luna? Crazy story. And lastly, I think a lot of us breathe a big sigh of relief after we found out that we were not going into World War III yesterday after some stray missiles landed in Poland. It turns out those missiles were friendly fire from Ukraine. So unfortunately, two Polish citizens passed away. But man, there's a lot of collateral damage and a lot of like negligence that goes into war. It's crazy. You guys think it's perfect. It's not. It's not like the movies, right? And apparently they shot some rockets at some people that weren't supposed to be there, right? So do me a favor, smash that like button, and we'll get into the show here soon. But what's up, Steve? What's up, Missy Matt? What's up, Javi? How you doing? Sacco Hunt. What's up, Uncle Bam Bam? Darth Diablo. What's up, babies? Jay Linda. What's up, Kay? How you doing? Aurelian says that being vaulted is all that matters. Volt doing good. What's up, Jason? How you doing, baby? What's up, Hemi Life? Says, do you think Sheep can hit a half a penny in 2025? 2025, it's going to take a lot longer than that. Need a bigger burn. What's up, N4 to gain? Says I'm going all in on FTT. Dude, FTT better not be. I'm going to be so mad if FTT is pumping today. No, it's not. But it was up like 50% yesterday, which is hilarious. So it looks like SBF is looking for redemption. He still wants to make cryptocurrency projects. He still wants you to support him. I don't know. Would you guys do that? What's up, Joshua? You want me to make a Luna Classic video? I might just do it and cover it for you guys. I might just do that. So we'll see. What's up, Roger? How you doing, baby? Crypto Connor says, I'm glad I took my money out of Gemini last night. It's not Gemini, it's Genesis. So I guess it's a company that's involved with Gemini. So it's not Gemini, it's Genesis, right? Right? Am I wrong? That's the information I got. Aso says Trump is pro-economy, so I'm good with all that. Yeah. No, he needs jail. You think so, Maddie B? You think Do Kwon needs jail? Thank you so much, Javi. Yes, smash that like button. What's up, Search? How you doing? All right, let's get into this video and see why this is so crazy. So this is on Sam Bankman-Fried's ties to the Democratic Party. And of course, we got to give original creds to Really Graceful. His video has about 126K views. She has like 400,000 subscribers. Very good in-depth video on the ties SBF has to the Democratic Party. Guys, we got to watch this. Let's watch it. It's only 7 minutes. We'll react to it. It's very, very good. Let's check it out.
I'm going to give you a rundown on the whole FTX crypto exchange financial drama, as well as cover the rather insidious and bigger story about FTX that mainstream media won't touch. Fair warning, this is such an annoying thing to explain because there's a lot of acronyms, but the recent FTX drama boils down to this. A crypto exchange took customers' money and invested it in unknown assets. And when customers went to pull their money out of the exchange, there was no money. Crypto exchange FTX and its founder Sam Bankman-Fried, or SBF, imploded this week. To put it in perspective, FTX and its competitor Binance are the two largest exchanges in the world. Just like with Binance, with FTX, the customer can put in dollars or tokens, and you can trade these tokens. The way these exchanges make money is by charging a transaction fee when you exchange tokens. The transaction fee token that FTX uses is called FTT. It's a utility token that provides access to the FTX trading platform's features and services. And listen, I know it's funny money, but just stick with me here. Sam implemented a backdoor in the FTX bookkeeping, which let him alter his company's financial records without alerting their external auditors. That means when he transferred $10 billion of customer money to his sister company, Alameda, which he also founded, it went undetected. So early in November, CoinDesk, which is like a crypto publication, ran a report on FTX, which is headquartered in the Bahamas, and showed that basically the company was belly up. FTX had minimal liquidity because its founder had invested its customers' money in a bunch of unknown assets. Most of Alameda's assets were tied up in FTT, the funny money, so neither of Sam's companies had any liquidity. They only had fake money. Turns out the CEO of Binance decided to liquidate roughly $530 million worth of FTT around this time, which signaled FTX's customers to pull out too. And when
Yep.
they all did this at once, FTX saw an estimated $6 billion in withdrawals over the course of 72 hours, which of course it couldn't fulfill because I just told you they didn't have any actual money. And hey, this is a very simplified version of events, but I believe I gave you the main highlights so we can move on to the bigger story. Back in 2019, Biden announced his presidential campaign, and just 2 weeks later, MIT graduate, early life Wikipedia tribe member, Silicon Valley's Sam Bankman-Fried, who is actually the son of Barbara Fried, who's a Stanford professor who happens to be the co-founder of Mind the Gap, a Democratic political fundraising organization based in Silicon Valley. Sam's brother, Gabe, is founder of Guarding Against Pandemics, an organization that advocates for public investments to prevent the next pandemic. And Gabe was a legislative correspondent for the U.S. House of Representatives and an advisor to large political donors in the Democratic Party. But that's not all. Aunt Linda Fried is an epidemiologist and dean at Columbia. She specializes in aging, and her husband is an expert in HIV/AIDS. They both have strong links to the World Economic Forum. You can read about them on the WEF's website. Anyway, Sam launched the FTX exchange 2 weeks after Biden announced his run for presidency. And somehow, in his late 20s, Sam became one of Biden's biggest donors. He reportedly has become the second largest donor to the Democrats right after George Soros. FTX was an overnight success and made Sam very rich. At his peak, he was reportedly worth $26 billion. And he'd even gotten celebs like Tom Brady and Giselle to promote his crypto exchange.
Jeez.
Investment firm Sequoia Capital invested $213 million in Sam's company, only for Sam to turn around and invest $500 million in Sequoia Capital. Not only that, but FTX purchased 30% of Anthony Scaramucci's Skybridge Capital. Once Biden was in office, he appointed Gary Gensler as the SEC chair. The daughter of Gary Gensler's boss at MIT, Caroline Ellison, is now the president of FTX's sister company. That's
You see that? See all the ties there, right? Nuts, right?
quite a web that's being woven when the SEC, or the Securities and Exchange Commission, is supposed to be protecting investors. In theory, they're supposed to be fair and not corrupt and impartial and all that. But I digress. FTX's head of ventures is Amy Wu, who used to work for the Clinton Foundation. And I'm undoubtedly going to butcher some of these names here, but it is what it is. FTX's policy and regulation head, Mark Wetchen, served as Obama's commodity futures trading commissioner. And there were reports that FTX wanted to spend over $1 billion on the Democrat Party for 2024. According to another report by CoinDesk, the Ukrainian government launched a crypto donations partnership with FTX in March of 2022. FTX was converting donations into fiat for deposit at the National Bank of Ukraine. Aid for Ukraine was the official initiative that raised funds from the crypto community for the benefit of Ukraine's military and humanitarian needs.
Damn.
Quote, the Aid for Ukraine effort utilized FTX services to convert crypto funds received into fiat and send the donations to the National Bank of Ukraine, ultimately becoming the fifth largest charitable foundation assisting in the country's war effort. End quote. Let's just get all our ducks in a row here. The foreign aid that the US government sent Ukraine was then put into FTX. And I just told you that the way exchanges make money is by transactions. So FTX made a ton of money from the US government sending our tax dollars to Ukraine, and Ukraine partnering with FTX, which Sam Bankman Fried then turned around and donated to the Democratic Party. For the midterms alone, Sam gave Democrats $40 million from his now bankrupt crypto exchange. And it's pretty suspicious that the downfall of FTX happened right after midterms. To summarize and make sure we have this right, you, the taxpayer, give your hard-earned money to the American government. The American government turns around and gives it to Ukraine, and Ukraine runs your donations through FTX. And then the FTX founder takes your money and gives it to the Democrats. So do you think Democrats will give back this tainted money after this whole scandal? Totally a rhetorical question, but I think it should be demanded of them. It's only fair, you know? But in all seriousness, I think the Sam Bankman-Fried character was set up to fall. His whole rise was too manufactured, too quick, and now his bankrupt company sets up the perfect example for people to demand federal control of cryptocurrency and trading, for them to demand government regulation. They fried the bankmen. You get it? What do you think, internet friends? You know, I always look forward to your comments. Thank you so much for watching.
Shout out to Really Graceful with the absolute banger. And someone in the comments said, hold on. I'm actually dying. Someone in the comments says, yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried's giving money to the Republicans. Why don't you talk about that? Look it. This is excluding the FTX money. Sam Bankman-Fried has given a total of pretty much $40 million. 200,000 of those dollars were to the Republicans. Yes. 37 million was for Democrats. 2 million was for nonpartisan, bipartisan, right? So yes, he's given money to a lot of Republicans. Yes, $200,000, but not 40 million, right? And that's excluding the FTX situation. I'm not trying to get, I'm not trying to get political, but you have to see the political ties because they're there. You can't pretend like it's not there. All the ties are there, right? Okay, so there's some theories, right? The theory is here's one theory. The theory is he's a government plant to destroy crypto to demand regulation, right? Or the other theory is he was created, or not created, but he was put in this position to make this exchange to launder money and give money to make money for the Democratic Party because they saw the writing on the walls with crypto. Like, oh, hey, this is a money-making machine. If this guy can make an exchange and get into crypto's getting popular, it's a money-making machine. But the other thing is, well, why would they put this guy in charge of this huge exchange with all these obvious links, public links, obvious links, right? You could tie them back to all these people. People are only digging because, now things are going bad. Why would they put this guy at the head of FTX with all these obvious links to these people in power and then, destroy the exchange? Wouldn't that put a target on the, Gary Gensler? Wouldn't that put a target on the Democratic Party? The answer is yes. So maybe SBF was just fooling everybody. Maybe he was put there. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe it's a coincidence that the FTX exchange started 2 weeks after Joe Biden decided to run for president, right? Maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe he was fooling everybody because remember, the reason why FTX went under is because they didn't have customer assets back one-to-one because they were doing shady shit with the customer assets, right? And when everyone goes to withdraw all their money at once, a cryptocurrency exchange in theory, or a bank in theory, should be able to give everybody back their money one for one. Now, we know that if everyone went to their local bank and asked for cash, they wouldn't get their money because usually they don't hold that much cash. But you're still insured by the government, FDIC insurance, right? That you're going to get your fiat. You're eventually going to get it. It's not the same thing with exchanges, right? So it's kind of a crazy situation here. I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know what the right answer is, but it's obvious that he is connected to all these people in power. We can't ignore that that's not a thing because it's apparently it's completely obvious. So So shout out to Really Graceful, very good video. Now, Trump is running for president. All right. Now, a lot of people associate President Trump with a booming economy, but I do remember Trump said this before about crypto. And this is a video that I remember from about a year ago, I think a little longer. I think it was October 4th, 2021. So check this out.
Now, a great many of our viewers here on the Yahoo Finance platform are into cryptocurrencies, and the well-known Bitcoin investor Anthony Pompliano was just on my program talking about China's crackdown on crypto. He says that's a big gain for the United States. You have a relationship with the Chinese president, Xi Jinping. What do you think Xi Jinping is up to? And is this crackdown on crypto good for the U.S.?
Well, I think he wants to do his own currency, whether it's crypto or otherwise. And one of the reasons that we have to be very careful is we have a currency right now, the dollar. And I'm a big fan of the dollar. I'm a big fan of our currency. And I don't want to have other currencies coming out and hurting or demeaning the dollar in any way. And China's looking to do, China's certainly not looking to back the dollar, but right now they're based on the dollar, and they would probably have to stay that way unless we do something very foolish in our country. I mean, the problem that I have with so much has happened, whether you look at the border, the horror show at the border, or the horror show of the Afghan withdrawal, is our country is losing credibility. And if you look at a monetary system based on the dollar, if you start losing credibility, all of a sudden you're going to lose that strong monetary system. And we have to be very careful about that.
So what he's pretty much talking about right there is that Donald Trump is not the biggest fan of cryptocurrency, any currency that rivals the dollar pretty much, right? But cryptocurrency, you know, I think that a lot of people, okay, so cryptocurrency is a form of currency. Obviously, you could say it's a digital dollar. You could say something like that, right? Yeah, but only Bitcoin and other certain currencies, maybe Dogecoin, are actually currency, a store of value. You know, there's a ton of products that are not even cryptocurrency. It's like, or excuse me, it's not even currency. It's crypto, but it's not currency, right? You know, like Ethereum, or you could say, you know, freaking, you know, crypto.com. It's like shares in a company, like a security, right? It's a little different. So he's not the biggest fan of cryptocurrency, but I think the fact that him and someone like DeSantis, right, together may be championing cryptocurrency. Because keep in mind, back during the bull run, during all the hope and stuff like that, all the hype and hope and stuff like that for cryptocurrency, Miami and in Florida, they were the first ones to become really hip to crypto. And of course, DeSantis, right, very popular Republican candidate, maybe running with Trump or against Trump, probably running with Trump, probably be better. They might be pro crypto just because I think that they understand that a lot of people that, not everyone, but a lot of people that like crypto are against big government. And although Donald Trump is part of that club, right, part of that club of people, he acts like he's against. I don't know if you watched that Dave Chappelle skit where Dave Chappelle's like, Donald Trump is the first guy to come out of like the club that we're all, because look at guys, that it's a big club of elites, right? We're not in it, right? Donald Trump is the first guy to come out of that club of elites and tell everybody, yes, you were right. We do all this shady shit behind your back. You know, like he was the first one to say that and let us know, like, we all knew it, right? But he was the first political candidate to come out and be like, yeah, everything you thought about the elites is true. We're doing it behind your back, but still vote for me because at least I'm honest, right? So a lot of people think he does represent anti-government. They might get that confused. We'll see what happens, though. It should be very, very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Who's going to run a pro-crypto policy, and how much will that even affect their votes? You know, we're still in this weird time where a lot of people don't even know about crypto. And now that FTX went down, it did really erode a lot of trust, right? Hilmy, is it Hilmy? Hilmy says that's a George Carlin sketch. Yeah, the big club of We Ain't In It is a sketch. But Dave Chappelle came out and said the reason why people voted for Trump is because he came out and pretty much told everybody that, everything you think about the elites is happening. You know, like remember when Hillary Clinton confronted him on his taxes? He's like, yeah, it makes me smart. You know, and Hillary Clinton was like, yeah, we're going to change the tax rules or something like that. And he says, no, you won't, because you take advantage of the same tax rules. You know, so it's like, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we'll see what happens if World War III doesn't damn happen. So, of course, yesterday we had some friendly fire. Accordingly, it was Ukraine who accidentally shot missiles into Poland. People thought that this was Russia shooting missiles into Poland. You guys know that Poland is part of the why can't I think NATO? And so if a country attacks NATO, then it's like that Article 5 thing comes into play, and then they kind of every other NATO ally has to respond with military force, right? So turns out it was friendly fire by Ukraine. And this is not anything anyone needs. We don't need a world war, right? We don't need a world war. That's not what we need. Now, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Very, very sick. Okay. Now, very, very important. So check this video out real quick. This is from Luke Martin tweeted this. So Ken Griffin, the CEO of Citadel, right? CEO of Citadel, no political affiliation, says this about SBF and FTX.
That all of us are worried about. You know, on the balance sheet of FTX is a line called Trump lose. And Sam was the second biggest donor to Democratic candidates. And Sam was the second biggest donor.
So check that out.
You know, on the balance sheet of FTX is a line called Trump lose.
On the balance sheet of FTX, there's a line called Trump lose. Come on now. Obviously, it's like you give people all the evidence. Obviously, it's a money-making scheme for the Democrats. Look, I get it. People donate to the political camp, people all the time. But in crypto, like obviously in crypto, it's like DeFi's supposed to be anti-government. You got these people coming in, taking it over and destroying it for us. It's like they came in, they used it for money, they got elected, they got people in the midterms elected, they did their duty, and then after all that stuff happened, it all falls down. It's crazy to me. It's just too perfect, right? Too perfect. It's crazy. It's too perfect. All right? It's like I don't want to be like a conspiracy theorist, but damn, man, hey, if you think the government's batting 1,000 and there's no conspiracies out there, you're out of your mind. There are some conspiracies that exist. Crazy lizard human people, don't buy it. But some things do exist, right? Ronell with a $2 donation says, World War III will destroy economic collapse. Yeah, 100%. So, this is kind of crazy to me. I was like, oh, damn, son. All right, so Genesis lending unit halts withdrawals in aftermath of FTX collapse. Now, we do think that this was started by CoffeeZilla, because CoffeeZilla is on that ass. So check this out. If it'll load. Okay, Okay, so check that out. So on November 11th, CoffeeZilla said, word to the wise, Gemini Earn program is in trouble. Take your money out. And then this is today, right? But then CoffeeZilla says that he actually emailed them right here. He says, holy shit, last night I asked Genesis for a comment believing they were insolvent. He says, right before publication, they announced they halted withdrawals. They knew my story was coming out. So maybe they heard that CoffeeZilla's story was coming out, and now they halted withdrawals because they're insolvent. Yeah, CoffeeZilla is absolutely spitting. Absolutely spitting. Now, I don't agree with him blaming a bunch of influencers for the FTX collapse. I think that's crazy. But I had an argument with Echoes from Above yesterday. Very, very good live stream if you guys missed that. We actually debated it for about an hour. But yeah, so another lending platform down, guys. Be careful. Not your keys, not your crypto. And honestly, guys, I'm looking at if you're looking at exchanges, I'm looking at Binance, I'm looking at Kraken, and I'm looking at Coinbase. Mostly Coinbase because it's a publicly traded U.S. company, and what they have on their balance, it's public. All their stuff is public, right? It's a stock on the stock market. So I'm looking at Coinbase. And yes, there is no insurance for any money you have in crypto. Guys, if you have cryptocurrency on an exchange, and it operates out of the US, there's no insurance on that crypto. But if you hold cash on that exchange, like dollars, because you can do that too, that is insured. Little trick for you. So if you have some money in stable coins and you're feeling a little uneasy, maybe turn those stable coins into actual cash. But keep in mind, if you made a gain, on those stable coins or anything you transferred, it's going to count as you cashing out. So you have to, capital gains tax does apply to that. So be careful, but yeah, Coinbase has no native token, right? It doesn't have a BNB token. It doesn't have a FTT token. Coinbase is just Coinbase. I know it's just an exchange. So Yeah, no one wants World War III. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too, Andrew. Yeah. What's up, Soap God? Yeah, not the lizard people, right? Some of some of his funds went to Republicans, I know, but 39 million compared to 200,000. And that's excluding the FTX exchange. $200,000 to 40 million, well, 37 million, my bad. Sorry. And there's some Republican candidates that, that still are going to, follow his agenda, So, of course he would donate to some of them, but dude, 37 million? Come on now. The connections to Gary Gensler? Come on. The fact that people running FTX have ties to Hillary Clinton and Obama, their political campaigns? Come on now. The guy who was in charge of the CFTC, a big regulatory governing body under Obama, is working with FTX. It's like they know people, right? So that's why it looks bad because, the SEC is in here trying to regulate cryptocurrency. And honestly, Gary Gensler is being a little harsh, right? Isn't he? He's going after FTX. He's going after BNB. He's going after a lot of cryptocurrency projects. He's going after Yuga Labs, right? That did, ApeCoin and Bored Ape Yacht Club. He's going after them. So it's like, man, it's like, oh, but your old boss is Caroline's dad, and Caroline is that chick that everyone's roasting that was running Alameda Research. Sam Bankman-Fried's little freak, right? One of his little people he has has a little orgy with at his house, his little mansion. So the connections are too real. You think they're just acquaintances? Oh, it's just coincidence. No. So if people look into like this situation as they should, they'll find those things out. But you guys know how it is in our country. Rules for thee, not for me. They're not going to dig any deeper. And no one else is getting in trouble except for SBF. Now, the crazy thing about all this, SBF wants us to forgive him. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this guy deserves another chance? So check this out. My one goal is to do right by customers. I'm contributing what I can to doing so. I'm meeting in person with regulators and working with the teams to do what we can for customers. After that, investors, but first, customers. My goal, clean up and focus on transparency, make customers whole. He says 15. A few weeks ago, FTX was handling $10 billion a day of volume and billions of transfers, but there was too much leverage. More than I realized. This has been the killer of every cryptocurrency entity that's fallen. Leverage. He says, and I run on the bank and market crash exhausted liquidity. So what can I do? What can I try to do? Raise liquidity, make customers whole, and restart. So he wants to raise liquidity, get the money he owes to people. I don't know, by borrowing it. I don't know how he's going to do it. Pay everybody out, which would be absolutely phenomenal because people that got wrecked, I feel bad for them. So people that have their money stuck on these exchanges, they get reimbursed 1-to-1, all of their crypto. And then restart. You guys investing into another company he makes? I mean, some people will because he showed that he can be successful. He was successful with FTX, but is his public perception destroyed? Is his credibility destroyed? Probably. He says, maybe I'll fail. Maybe I won't get anything more than customers that were anything more for customers than what's already there. And I don't want to hear that. You should be able to get customers back all their money. He says, I've certainly failed before. You all know that now all too well. But all I can do is try. I failed enough for the month, and part of me thinks I might get somewhere. So he says, I know a lot of you have seen this, but here's where things stand today. Roughly speaking, lots of caveats. So they're liquid about $8 billion, semi $5 billion, illiquid $3 billion. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but we'll see what happens with this. But I don't know if anybody would you trust him? First of all, we have 2 donations. One for Ronell for $5 that says, if cryptocurrencies and exchanges collapse, wouldn't that make ledgers worthless? No. Okay. So the thing, it's the exchanges that are ruining it for crypto. Let's be honest. It's these exchanges. It's because DeFi was not supposed to be just run by a bunch of people. It's supposed to be autonomous in a way, right? No intermediary, right? That's why things like stable coins are so powerful because, if say, for example, I want to, what's the popular form of moving money these days? You have, what is it? Venmo, Cash App, right? But if you're using your bank, it's clunky and slow, right? Stablecoins are so quick. There's no holidays. You could send it within a matter of seconds to somebody. Stablecoins are legit. So for payments and just for sending money, stablecoins are the move. Unfortunately, cryptocurrency exchanges where you have like normal people like you and me running it, they get greedy behind the scenes and they get, obsessed with making money. And then when things go bad in cryptocurrency, right, when the market starts to dump, when they don't have all the money to keep offering people insane APYs, insane rewards, everything goes to shit, and that's what we're seeing. These people are ruining it for crypto. Thank you so much for the $5, Ronell. Dirty Mino with the $5 says, was the start of World War III? Has been going for years now. This would be World War IV, actually. What do you mean, Dirty Miner? I don't know what that is. Thank you so much for the $5, though. Johnny Blaze says the funny thing is that if FBF came out with another project, it would go to the freaking moon. I know. I'm not sure FTX token doesn't pump some more. It might pump. It might pump. It might pump. Exactly. Ronell says cryptocurrency removes the middleman. It sure does, right? It removes the middleman. NFTs too, right? Imagine if you're buying your house, but it was represented as an NFT on the blockchain. Quick, boom, ownership, bam, only to your wallet address. Right? Crazy. All right, so that's the thing with SBF. He wants people to forgive him. Will they? Hell nah. What do you guys think? Do you think people are going to forgive SBF? I don't think so. Would you forgive SBF? A lot of people wouldn't. I don't think so, man. This stuff right here, you guys know why he was tweeting like this? He was tweeting like this so people wouldn't notice that he was deleting tweets, because there are bots on Twitter that'll show people if his tweet count goes down. So if he tweets as he deletes something, it offsets. So that's why he was tweeting these. So he's going back and deleting tweets. Because keep in mind, it's not only legal issues that he's going to have to deal with, it's also a lot of civil issues, right? Because he said on Twitter that he was going to be able to pay everyone back. And so people are expecting SBF to pay them back, crazy. So we'll see what happens. He's going to get a lot of lawsuits though, and as he should. We'll see if he even survives. Rowdy with the $10 donation says, NASDAQ bullish and Volti-Change is the game changer, Rowdy. Let's go to billions. Yeah, guys, Volt-Inu going crazy, man. I mean, if you guys got in when I took this partnership, I mean, you're making money, right? I always do encourage taking profits. Some people say no. I do. So I took my profits. I'm letting the rest ride. Shout out to Volt-Inu, and shout out for them sponsoring me this month. Literally the craziest, most supportive community. And we still love meme coins, baby. Let's go. Yes, let's see. Dirty Miner with the $5 donation says, StunNet destroyed uranium in Iran. It's a sleeper virus and it's spread all over the world. It's undetectable. Look it up. USA releases. Okay, Dirty Mile. I'm not going to get into that on the show, but I definitely will check that out on my own time because I love going down those rabbit holes. Timsky says, Kevin O'Leary already said he would reinvest in SBF. What the fuck? He said that because SBF still is a good businessman. I mean, he still took FTX to where it is. So success, although he got caught doing shady shit, obviously, right? Like a lot of people do. They get greedy. He's still a smart guy who could probably get things done. He just might be shady. So Kevin O'Leary from an investor saying, yeah, this guy could probably make some money. That's what he's saying. And kudos to him for being honest, because that's the correct answer. Now, the politically correct answer would be no, hell no, F this guy. But, Kevin O'Leary knows, and he's a guy who makes money. Even if you don't like a guy, he could still probably create something and make it profitable, right? Ronell with the $5 donation says, will cryptocurrency exchanges and crypto get insured soon? Not until, no, I don't think so. No, Ronell, no. Because why would the FDIC insure cryptocurrency? So many cryptocurrencies on these exchanges don't even run in the United States. It's not even clear if they're securities or a currency, right? Or a commodity, right? If they were all classified as commodities, maybe there could be some insurance, but some of them are securities. I don't think so. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are not going to trust SBF anymore, and you guys are. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't trust him. Do I think he can make some money? Yeah. If he made another project, would it make investors money? Of course, because people are degenerates. Of course they would. Of course he would. I don't trust him though, as far as I can throw him. I can't throw him that far, So, but these memes have been so funny, dude. These memes have been like literally SEC, crypto scams, retail investors. So true, right? They haven't done shit for us, man. They're going after XRP when like their darling was scamming everybody. That's the issue. It's like you have Gary Gensler like looking the other way when this guy is clearly wrecking people, but he's still going after XRP. You know what I mean? What did XRP do? Oh, they're unregistered securities. That's all XRP did. What about this guy? You know what I mean? It's like, geez. But you gotta understand that Gary Gensler, he's friends with them, So it's crazy. Crazy. So this is an interesting story, and this shows that our economy is slowing down. Now, this is legit. This is not FUD or fake news or anything like that, guys. This year is going to be a very kind of slow Christmas and slow Black Friday. So Target, one of the major retailers, reports that they're going to be losing $400 million in profits this year. Profit loss this year because of organized retail crime. If you guys don't know, for pretty much 10 years of my life, I worked doing loss prevention for Target, for Walmart, for for a few other companies, mostly Target though. And organized retail crime is insane. It is insane. And through the years, law enforcement has gotten softer and softer on prosecuting people who steal. People come from two sides of the aisle. Some people say people shouldn't get thrown in jail for stealing goods. Other people say throw them in jail because they're a thief. Now, it's tough to decide because regardless of what people say, a lot of people sell organized retail, they steal to resell in mom and pop shops. They do return fraud. They sell it for drugs on the street. Organized retail crime is an absolute juggernaut of an industry. And my job was to cut down on that. Through the years, though, retail companies have gotten softer when it comes to arresting and prosecuting suspects. Because if a person comes into a store and steals a cart of merchandise that's worth maybe $10,000, say something crazy, that'd be a big one too, $10,000, and I arrest that person, but in the process I hurt them or worse, kill them, the company gets sued for large amounts of money. Companies don't want to deal with that liability because if you're a company, think about it. If your bottom line is loss every year and your employee hurts a guy because he stole a pack of gum, well, now you get sued for $100,000. Now you lost $100,000, right, for a pack of gum. So a lot of companies are shy about arresting people anymore. So now people are walking out with carts full of merchandise. So retail is getting wrecked because law enforcement is getting softer and softer. Now, this is another reason why online shopping may just be the absolute future. And retail stores like Target and Walmart may not even exist in 15, 20 years. Who knows? But that's an issue. It's an issue, right? That's an issue. It's crazy. It's crazy to see Target like losing that. That's a lot of money because of organized retail crime. And I bet you it's more than this. I used to work at a store where we would have shortage numbers of like $150,000 a year. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But it's crazy. It's crazy. So we'll see what happens. But it's going to be a slow economic fourth quarter, right? I mean, usually this is the time where people are buying Christmas gifts, and we're getting ready for Black Friday, and we're all spending money. Like even people who don't have money are spending money to buy gifts for their family. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I used to take extra jobs in order to buy my family Christmas gifts because, maybe at the time my job by itself wasn't doing it enough, so which is good though. Why do we want this? Well, it shows that raising interest rates is slowing down the economy. And if we slow down the economy, inflation goes down. And if inflation goes down sooner than later, well, then we could start turning the money printers back on, which will help the cryptocurrency market, hopefully, going forward. So that's how that all is tied together. All right, Big A, thank you so much for stopping in. I do appreciate you. And if you guys could do me a favor, smash that like button if you are enjoying this morning show. I know it's a lot of stuff, but smash that like button, baby. I do appreciate you guys. And just as a reminder, Everyone who's a member on my channel, I have 3 different tiers. And of course, you are a member because you have an eggplant next to your name. Shout out DJ, right? If you are a member of the channel, you are entered to win a crypto giveaway every Monday. You can't win 2 times in a row, but you are entered to win a crypto giveaway. So I gave away $50 to 2 people in USDC on Monday, and I will be giving probably just one winner this next Monday. So memberships are $2, $5, or $10. They're all the same, but I do appreciate my super degenerates a little more. Ronell says people are shoplifting to give gifts to family. Well, you would think it's that, Roger. You would think it's that black and white. It's not. I've caught many people. Most people are stealing, especially like large amounts, to resell because they're doing it for drugs, because they're doing it because a mom and pop shop or a shop at a flea market or somebody is paying them to go in that store and walk out with a cart full of merchandise. I've caught many people. Some are stealing for their family and for personal use. What's common is we'll see a homeless person come in and steal like camping items. We'll see a person steal like some personal clothes, something like that. But maybe some food. But usually it's people stealing like things they don't need, like headphones, electronics, stuff like that. Like it's crazy. So yes, smash that like button. Thank you so much. Samuel said, if I won, it's not rigged. Boomer says, I was a correctional officer for 3 years at a women's prison. You wouldn't believe some of the small stuff some of them were in there for. Yeah, exactly. So back in the day in California, there used to be a 3-strike rule. And it used to just be violent felonies. It's supposed to be just violent felonies. But if you admitted to going into, so it was kind of fucked up back in the day. Say, for example, Roger got caught shoplifting and he stole maybe a backpack. If Roger admitted to going into that Target with the intent, or any store with the intent to steal, it's premeditated. So that means it's a felony. So I was getting little 19-year-old girls getting sent to prison for a felony, for burglary, because they admitted to coming into the store with the intent to steal. I have caught so many people over the years where if they just would have shut their mouth and not talked to the cops, they would have just got a ticket and went home. But they said, no, I was drinking at home and I decided to come steal at Target. Or I grabbed a bag in the parking lot so I could put stuff in it, at a store. So if you admit to coming into the store with the intent, right, the intent, people got thrown in prison for stealing at Target. And I felt so bad. But in 2016, California passed the law where it made it so it doesn't matter if you admit it with the intent, it's still a misdemeanor. Unless you stole over $1,000, then it became a felony. So, they changed the law because it is kind of ridiculous to throw someone in prison, obviously, for stealing something stupid, Now, that's the difference between second-degree and first-degree murder, right? Say, for example, you plan to end someone. Well, that's premeditated. That's first degree. Say, for example, you meet somebody at a store. They call you a mean name and you shoot them. That's second degree, right? It's not premeditated. So that's the difference. For some reason, the law. Well, I know that makes sense, but the justice system looks at premeditation a little more like. They look at it, they treat it like harsher. So it's crazy. Yeah, I know, Jayhawk, I know. 20-minute Volt update with Jay Giga Show and Pablo. Don't miss it. Yeah, I might go a little over 9:00 today. We might hang out for a little bit, but let's get into this Do Kwon story because this is interesting. So we'll get into more of the Target stuff. But yeah, guys. So slow retail winter. And look, if you guys are watching this show and you guys don't have the money to buy a bunch of gifts for everyone, don't. Like, they have to understand, like, hey, this year it's going to be a little slow. Like, I'm trying to save money, So, I mean, do what you want to do. It's your life. It's your money. But I always felt that every year I was always so pressured to buy a bunch of gifts, even though I didn't have money for myself, like to save and stuff. So, sometimes you got to be selfish till you can't anymore. So, be selfish. Be selfish. All right, so Do Kwon. So check this out. Apparently, people are implying Do Kwon, after the great Terra Luna crash, right? Was the Terra Luna crash was started because SBF and Alameda Research was shorting Terra Luna. They caused the collapse. That's what they're implying, right? That's what they're implying. So what they were saying is that no, we didn't start the depegging of our stable coin, right? We didn't start it. We tried our best to defend the peg. So it says, so there was an audit done. We'll see what happens, but it says, today, LFG releases the technical audit report conducted by JS Held, an experienced third-party auditing firm. So third party is good, right? Providing full transparency into the trading, blockchain records, and efforts of LFG and TFL to defend the price of Terra UST between May 8th and May 12th. So it says right here, here's the audit report right here. And it says LFG and TFL engage with JS Held to bring transparency into the PEG defense activity of LFG's public accounting of assets in May, and in the process to answer the following allegations posted on social media. 1. Were any LFG funds misappropriated, embezzled, or stolen? Were any LFG funds used to benefit insiders? Does LFG hold funds other than its publicly declared wallets? Were any of LFG's funds frozen? So after this audit, it shows that maybe Terra Luna was innocent. Terraform Labs didn't do anything shady. Now we'll have to see what happens with law enforcement and stuff and how this thing plays out. But this is pretty interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, does it mean that Terraform Labs and Do Kwon and their group, were they doing things? Does it mean they weren't over leveraged? No. Does it mean that Voyager, Three Arrows Capital weren't doing shady shit? No, it doesn't mean that, because they were doing that. They were over leverage. But the accusations that they were, as we think for right now, allegedly, that they were, siphoning money out of the project, they were embezzling the money, they were benefiting insiders, and stuff like that, maybe just hearsay. So very, very interesting. What do you guys think about all this? This is very interesting. So Terra Luna may have been okay all along. Maybe all along. Here's a $5 donation from Ronell, and you're killing it today, dude. Thank you. Says, the SEC wanted FTX collapse so they can regulate its exchanges. You know what? I wonder if that's the connection, right? Because now people are begging for regulation. So maybe Terra Luna was okay. Now, I still think which was a issue and why they shouldn't have done this. I don't think they should have started Terra Luna 2.0. I think they should have stuck with Terra Classic and try to rebuild it. Instead they built Luna, right? Which is still bad too. I wish they would have just kept one project. Do I trust them again? No, they're still a failed project. Yeah. So that's a theory, right? Ronell, is that SEC wanted FTX to collapse so they can regulate it. So that'd be interesting, right? Fredo says, maybe FTX was created to destroy crypto in the inside. The thing about FTX is that it was the most, I would say, people know about Binance, right? But the reach FTX had was absolutely insane. Like I mentioned before, FTX had some insane reach, It was more than just online influencer. It was more than just, these YouTube finance people talking about Terra Luna, right? Terra Luna was shielded by some of the biggest names in the world, And so, when it comes to placing the blame, it's like, it's hard for me to blame a lot of influencers for this downfall when a lot of people, right? Promoted Terra Luna, promoted FTX. I'm trying to look for that list, but here it is. They had BlackRock, Sequoia Capital, huge hedge funds, investment firms, right? Like these guys spend a lot of money on a lot of different investments. They're venture capitalists, right? That's what they do, right? They invest into projects that could be good and make them money. But Paradigm, Gary Gensler had connections, Democratic Party, Miami Heat basketball arena, MLB, TSM Esports, F1 Mercedes, Tom Brady, Steph Curry, right? Like FTX had all of these people promoting them, so everyone knew about them. So that's what makes this downfall especially more like rough and tough, right? And heinous, kind of. It's like, man, nuts. And this connection right here, SBF, Gary Gensler, SEC, former professor at MIT. This is Gary Gensler's old boss, right? Glenn Ellison, right? And Glenn Ellison's daughter is Coraline Ellison, who is, connected to SBF. So, of course they know each other. Their kids are, you know what I mean? These guys are banging each other, or allegedly. Samuel Eno says Binance partnered with Cristiano Ronaldo. That is true. Just recently, right? Like in the last 4 months or so. But it still wasn't as big as FTX, right? Got Cristiano Ronaldo guy, man, that guy is popular. You want to talk about popularity? He's probably not that popular in the United States, but when it comes to worldwide, dude, Cristiano Ronaldo is popular. To me, it would be like if Crypto.com ever went under, right? Now, Crypto.com has had some FUD sent their way, justly, in my opinion. Excuse me. Chris, the CEO. Sorry, guys, I'm actually dying. Chris, the CEO, literally came out and was pretty much, saying like, "Hey, man, he got in front of all the FUD. He went ahead and, addressed all the people and saying, hey, like we're good. We're covered 1-to-1. He went on CNBC yesterday. We saw this clip, which is very interesting. Let's watch this clip. It's very interesting. It's only a minute, but he talks about what Crypto.com is compared to FTX.
How should customers think about Kron and your business? This is your own.
First of all, this guy keeps saying Kron. It's Kronos, asshole. He keeps saying Kron.
Currency. Obviously, FTX had its own currency and was using that currency effectively to then make trades and effectively loan itself money.
Right. The way you could think about it is like a smaller version of Ethereum. We were the ones starting it a couple of years ago. Now it's an open source, decentralized project with 400 different projects building on top of it.
And you're referring to Kron, just to be specific.
Yes. Yes. Correct. We are an open source contributor. We've never utilized it in a way that FTX did. We never used this collateral for any loans or anything. We run a very simple business. We give 70 million users globally access to digital currencies and take a fee for that. And we are a regulated business. We've got licenses in all major jurisdictions from US to the researchers in Europe, Australia, South Korea. So it's just, it's a completely different nature of business versus FTX running a hedge fund and an offshore unregulated derivatives exchange and losing $10 billion in the process.
So pretty much what Chris, the CEO of FTX, is saying, hey, guys, we're not sitting here trading with customer funds. That's not what we do. What we do is that we are pretty much a gateway for people to use crypto, like, hey, or to purchase crypto. They say, hey, you want $10,000 of Shiba Inu? We're going to give you $10,000 of Shiba Inu. You pay for the transaction fee. And you know what? When your cryptocurrency is on our exchange, we're not selling it. We're not day trading it. We're not doing anything with it. It's on our exchange. We make our money by transaction fees. We're not out here like Alameda Research gambling with the money, right? That's not what they do. And that's what Crypto.com wanted to clarify. Now, they are putting out their full balance sheet in a few weeks. I want to see that. I want to go over it. I want to make sure everything's okay. Because if Crypto.com were to ever go down, guys, let me tell you, it would be catastrophic. Crypto.com is one of the cryptocurrencies. I put out my top 5 list. I made a video 8 months ago. I was bullish on because of what it represents, the partners they have, and the name is just, the brand naming is so good. It seems like they really try to get licensed to run out of many different jurisdictions. Like, yes, it's a Singapore-based company. Crypto.com is not based out of the US. Keep that in mind. But they are working within different countries to make sure they're licensed and safe and secure, to be compliant everywhere. And, they're partners with the fastest growing sport in the United States, which is the UFC MMA, right? Which is also worldwide. So this is a big brand. He also talks about how, hey, everything is open sourced, right? We're like Ethereum. You can see everything, right? Nothing's like private. So we'll see what happens with these guys in the future, but it's going to be very, very interesting, right? Interesting. Now, one other thing I wanted to point out to you guys, and thank you so much, DJ, for this tweet. So this channel says, Sony just filed a patent for in-game NFT infrastructures for their PlayStation console. NFTs are coming to gaming whether you like it or not. And another thing I posted yesterday on my channel, or excuse me, on my Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, links in the description, was this. Check this out. Look at this. Breaking. Crypto payments with USDC now on Apple Pay. So now Apple Pay is now supporting USDC. Step 1. Scare all the normies, you and me, into thinking that crypto is dead. by the bottom. And this is what I'm talking about with big institutions. Don't you think if you were a big institution and you wanted to get into crypto, don't you think now would be the best possible place to get into crypto? Right? Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin for the last year, right? The best. Let's go last year today. Right? Don't you think that now cryptocurrency is probably the best place to get in? Let's go to all time, man, Like, damn, after peak FOMO when Bitcoin got to $69,000, don't you think right now, if you're a big institution, is a sweet spot to get into cryptocurrency? To me, it's just too much coincidence. Now, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, whatever. Maybe I'm tripping. But to me, it just seems like these companies, all these news articles about crypto being dead and this, and it's like we're still seeing big companies invest into crypto, right? And try to figure it out. Now, Ronell with the $2 donation says, are NFTs going to be worth something in the future? Okay, well, that's interesting, right? NFTs. What are NFTs? Non-fungible tokens. What does everyone know NFTs for? JPEGs, pictures. What do NFTs really show people? Proof of ownership. So what could that be used with? An NFT, something that's immutable, cannot be changed on the blockchain, right? Because that's how we know NFTs, even the JPEGs, are authentic because they're on the blockchain. They cannot be changed. It's public. It cannot be changed, right? You can't hide it. What about car notes? What about titles, deeds? What about tickets to events? What about achievements, rewards for going to places, right? Interesting. That's a huge use case. So can big companies learn how to utilize blockchain technology? That's true. That's true. It could. So NFTs can be worth it in the future. NFTs that are pictures of rocks that are selling for $600 million, or my bad, 60. Wait, how much does that NFT rock sell for? Let's see. NFT rock sold for how much? Oh my God. How much is this worth? How much was this sold for? It was crazy. Like this rock was sold for like 1 million. My bad. Okay, yeah. NFT rock sells for 1.7 million. So the days of this stuff happening might be over, right? Because this is crazy, right? Or what about that NFT that Jake Paul bought? Remember that NFT Jake Paul bought? Remember that one? That NFT Jake Paul. Did he buy like some NFT that was right here? Yeah. So he bought it for $900,000. Wait. How much he bought this for like $60,000 or $600,000 and it's now worth $10 or something like that. Something crazy. Yeah. So a lot of his NFTs went down, but it's like this kind of popularity might be gone, right, with NFTs. So we'll see what happens. But let me see. Chronosol. If we can just point out that they had doing the interview, apparently it has no idea what crypto is. What are you talking about, DJ? Let me see. Yeah, Volt going crazy. Yes, we're going to go hop over to the Volt stream very, very soon, guys. You're not tripping. You're probably correct. Yeah, if they were so scared of pulling out the crypto, wouldn't it be blacklisted like Andrew Tate was? Skins and anything else you can customize. Yeah, exactly. So in-game like skins and stuff like that will 100% be NFTs. Yeah, 100%. And it'll be 101. So you can't change it, right? Yeah, so this is interesting. So DJ says, reminder, there's already a proof of attendance protocol. So you get an NFT after attending in real life events. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. Imagine Pokemon trading cards going NFTs, big money, right? Or getting badges or something like that. It's crazy. He says, yes, Ledger has. Yeah, Ledger's pretty cool. If you guys don't have Ledger, Ledger's a good program. I saw that, Sebastian. I actually feel worse today. But guys, I'm going to be getting out of here. I'm just going to do an hour today. I'm going to literally just lay on my couch and try to rest up. I'm definitely probably going to put out some content later. Let's go over to Jake Gagan's channel for the Volt stream. I believe they're doing a Voltish update. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate y'all. Make sure to smash that like button on the way out. What's up, Bree? Getting here a little late. Ronald with like your 10th donation today says, your own art can be NFT. I told my friend. It can be, but it has to be, you know, has to be on time for it has to be on the blockchain, right? All right, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Smash that like on the way out. Bye-bye.